did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the...
I hear you've been
Slowly, but yes. I managed to find a few of my former comrades who'd scattered to the winds. Some of them were unsuitable, and I did not ask them to return. Others felt as I did, once they read the Lord Seeker's tome. We've since recruited a few candidates who are going through training now, with full disclosure. What comes after this, I cannot be certain. I'm making it up as I go along.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Cassandra.
It's much to handle on top of my duties as divine. We shall see.
What do you think of the Exalted Council?
They are frightened of your power, and there is no longer a hole in the sky to remind them that it was needed.
They might be right.
Do not say that near them unless you want to give them the scent of blood. Even so, I would wait and see where this leads. Calm ahead.
When has that?
I'm an optimist. Just ask Varric.
So...
Ugh. Being divine is like trying to herd a field of cats into a lake. Even so, I would be pleased with my progress were it not for all the attendants picking over. Needless to say, I'm more than happy for this type.
I'll see you later.
Farewell.
She killed the girl to save herself. She thinks about the eyes going black. A weapon is an order, not a gift. The Guardian spirit stayed, not bound, but biding, because he asked. He knows how to speak, so spirits listen.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
So, you and the bard. You know most bards are spies, right?
You were a spy.
Look, I just...
Don't say it.
Because then you... Creme brulee! Creme brulee!
What can you tell me?
These aren't Ben Hasrath. Ben Hasrath handle no more. They must be desperate if...
Graham, I understand you and Meriden are seeing each other.
Yes, your worship. I mean, we...
Oh, come on. Get in there, show her what you can do.
Listen, Chief, there's this thing you may not have learned growing up Canary and all.
Hey, I'm great at foreplay.
That's good to know, Bull.
I didn't mean foreplay, I meant courtship.
Oh, well, that's a waste of time. You two are good though, right? You need me to talk to her about... things?
No! No. Thanks, though. We're good.
The Chargers have been with the Inquisition for...
No complaints, your worship. The Inquisition's been good. We'd disband and join the Inquisition officially, but the Chief gets this sad dog look when we suggest it.
The loyalty is touching, Creme.
I'll talk...
Anytime.
Canary first, mix with elves, add dwarfs. Ugh, doesn't anyone drink their booze one at a time?
When you start going on about elves...
Yes, your point is, the servants have no complaint.
So...
Two things that have never been...
It's been...
It's... Cassandra is staying her... All that blood and thunder just so everyone...
I suppose you've a lot to say about...
They're not even demons, but always waiting for... I'd rather worry about people I care about. Like you. Are you all right with it? The creators?
I'll make sense of it.
Good that someone's trying. Better that it's you, because you...
We'll talk...
Oh, and for what it's worth, anyway.
I've been meaning to ask. Solus hasn't come back. Sent word? Anything?
I've heard nothing. He's gone.
Ah. I'm sorry.
What do you think's going to happen at the Exalted Council?
Maker, I have no idea. Politics or... The Inquisition shouldn't have to give in whenever some...
You're more comfortable being called...
Comfortable? Not quite yet. To be quite frank, he was an ass. And reclaiming my name has allowed me to reconnect with people. It wouldn't have happened without you.
It's nice to have everyone...
What does it mean when we need a huge diplomatic talk? Or I got the chance to have a few drinks with... It's still a little awkward talking to Cassandra, but the commander appears to have forgiven me. Finally.
Until later.
Take care.
By the side of the divine Cassandra.
Everything going all right so far?
I'm surprised no one from the Council of Heralds wants your autograph.
You just missed them. Duke Cyril keeps asking.
I don't understand how you just...
When the ruler of a marcher state dies and there's no heir, only none of Kirkwall's nobles actually want the throne. They can't leave it empty, though, or some other state like Starkhaven or Ansburg will... I complained about the empty office when it interfered with my reconstruction efforts. They took that.
Any word from who?
I got a message from, well, best not to name an entire chain of smuggling syndicates in polite company. Anyway, Weishaupt is apparently the special kind of mess that only appears when Hawk shows up. I'm not entirely sure how it'll all play out, but my money's on Hawk walking away from the Warden's fortress as it explodes.
So, Bran used to be Viscount, and now he just...
Provisional Viscount.
Pretty much.
With a permanent appointee, finally, in the Viscount's office, I am free...
He means my true calling is arrogantly telling people they can't talk to the He's good at it, too.
We'll talk...
I'll be...
Watch your tongue.
Maker.
Was there something you needed?
Do you remember the first time we came to the Winter...
All too well. I've already answered a half-dozen questions about my personal life. The reason we're here is because we made a difference. That's worth enduring the political small talk.
Is there any news from...
My sister Mia keeps me informed. As I understand, she's training my nephew to best me at chess.
I sense a threat to my commander's chess superiority. I'm sure the defeat will be distressing.
He's 4. You could at least pretend I'd throw the game.
Is there anything I should know?
We were permitted soldiers here, but our every move is watched. Some things never change.
I should...
Inquisitor.
I knew it was foolish to hope the Exalted Council would go smoothly.
At least the sky hasn't...
Give it time. The day's still young.
Tell me about your nug.
Oh yes! A litter was born just a month. If you are hoping for one, I'm afraid they're already spoken for.
Your nug breeding sounds like more than...
It has certainly expanded. There are worse things to do with my time. I find being with it...
Have you met with
Oh yes, she's quite relieved to be out of the robes, and I just hope she doesn't forget everything. It took 2 years before she stopped hiding a sword under her vestments.
How are things between you and the hero of Ferelden?
We are well, thank you. Our duties have kept us apart for a long time. Perhaps it is time to put duty aside and be selfish. I have sacrificed so much.
Have your agents...
Are you hoping for word on Solus? I'm sorry, Inquisitor. I'm afraid I have nothing. Just rumors of sightings that cannot be verified. He's familiar with my methods and seems always one step ahead of me. It is tiring.
Perhaps later.
I'll be right.
Darling, what can I do for you?
How are things for the
The Circle is recovering, but I have hope and determination.
I wanted your opinion.
Cassandra is handling her office as admirably as I expected.
We'll talk.
This time of year, it'll be difficult to find a caravan to go all the way back home. Maybe a sea voyage. I could get captured by burly Canary pirates. That would be fun.
What is this ambassadorship about, exactly?
You tell me. I didn't ask for it. One day I was minding my business in the capital, the next, here I am. I believe my father set it up, but the Imperium certainly didn't object. They'd love for the Inquisition to fall apart, so they're happy if it seems they consider this council a waste of time.
That makes no sense.
No? If Dread Tevinter actually pushed for the Inquisition's end, everyone else would disagree on principle. So they send a nobody pariah and hope for the best. Makes perfect sense to me.
Any thoughts about the Exalted Council?
A few. Divine Victoria needs a new tailor for one. Cassandra in a flowy dress just seems wrong. And that hat does her no favors. As for this whole Exalted Council business, well... I warned you once that no one would thank you for saving the world. Sadly, I'm always right. So long as the Inquisition's around to remind them they're not really in charge, they'll never sleep comfortably. Whether they have the guts to take action, I suppose we'll see.
What did you do in Tevinter while you were away?
I went home. Twice. Father was only there once. Mother was drunk both times. I also went to Carinus to see my good friend Maeveris. Then I settled some of Alexis's affairs. That wasn't fun.
Another time.
I look forward to it.
It's been a while since